Signs that he is losing interest in you, all right? Okay, and these may be signs that you don't want to admit. You want to be in denial about it. So, ladies, come here. Let me talk you through it. Listen up. Number one, an easy one. Conversation gets dull, okay? The conversation is not as interesting anymore. He doesn't quite text you as often as he used to. He doesn't show his genuine interest in you, all right, as he once did when y'all first was dating, y'all first were talking, talking till 3 o'clock in the morning. Like, yo, he just not really doing that anymore because he's losing interest. Number two, he stops making time for you, okay? Listen, no man is too busy for somebody who he really interested in and he really cares about, he really loves, he has strong feelings for them. He gonna carve out the time in his busy schedule for you, okay? But if he legit for weeks go by without him really making plans to see you, hang out with you, link up with you, whatever it may be, he's definitely losing interest in you. And number three, last but certainly not least, if his attitude towards you changes, right? He's not the nice guy that he once was when y'all first met. You know what I mean? It's as if something just switched off in his head. You know what I mean? And he starts arguments with you. Listen, he's losing interest.
Some signs that your boyfriend is losing interest. Ladies, keep an eye out. Hello, my name is Carla, and Restoring Healthy Mindsets is my thing. First things first, if your man was pursuing you in the beginning and then all of a sudden time goes by and he's not, most of that problem is because of you and me, because of women. Not because he doesn't want to or doesn't have it in him. It's because we've made him lazy. That's the first point. Second point, you can tell a man is losing interest when he no longer makes an effort to see you. Remember, you want to become an asset in a man's life, and the way that you do that is when he invests time and money. So, if he stops investing time and isn't excited to see you anymore, he's not making an effort to go and see you, that is a very clear indicator that he is losing interest, and two things can happen. You can either become extremely needy, or you can be wise and learn how to reignite that love that you have. I can make a separate video on that because there's a difference. But generally, when a man prefers spending time with his guy friends and makes no time to go and see you, he is losing interest. And most of the time, that means that he is not fearful of losing you. He knows that he has you right there by his side whenever he needs you. Which, yes, in a way it is comforting, but there are limits. That's why I say have your own life, have your own interests, so that you can become unavailable sometime, so that it encourages him to plan out dates. It encourages him to go and see you. Remember, men love to pursue. Let him pursue you.
Things a man does when he starts to lose interest in you. He's always glued to his phone when you're together. He avoids talking about the future or making future plans with you. He's super secretive, especially when it comes to his phone. He never wants to hang out anymore. He doesn't put any effort into your relationship. He cancels plans last minute without a valid explanation or an excuse. He seems more interested in hanging out with other people like his friends more than he wants to hang out with you.
3 signs that a guy has lost interest in you. But here's the real kick in the ass. It doesn't matter if you were together for 10 years or 10 days. When a guy loses interest, he does the same thing. Number one, but first, I think a lot of girls out there feel pretty delusional because so many guys aren't honest and they say one thing but they do another and just make you feel unwanted without telling you that they don't want you. So number one, obviously the biggest sign that a guy has lost interest in you is when he stops texting or calling or checking up on you. The good morning text, the good night text, all around, the conversations diminish. You're not having those late night phone calls anymore till 3 in the morning and just giggling together. But since they don't want to lose you yet, instead of all those sweet text messages, they'll send you a few sweet text messages just to keep you on the hook. I think they call it breadcrumbing. Sign number 2, he starts making excuses for why you guys can't spend time together. You were most likely going on a lot of dates when he was very interested. He was probably even planning the dates. But now that he's lost interest, he's not planning the dates, and when you plan them, he's busy, he's going to be hanging out with friends, or he's got work to do, or he comes up with any excuse, he doesn't feel good, just whatever it is. If a guy is into you, he will carve the time out of his busy schedule to make sure that he can see you. And if he's not doing that, he has lost interest in you. And sign number 3, he starts becoming rude to you. And this is weird because he was so sweet and nice in the beginning, and all of a sudden it's like a switch has been flipped, and a different personality is coming out. You might even be questioning yourself whether you did something wrong or you upset him, but you gotta remember, if he actually likes you and he is still interested in you, even if you did something wrong, like something small, he's gonna let it go. He's gonna forgive you because he likes you. So if a guy is showing all these signs, that means he has lost interest in you, and it's time for you to start losing interest in him and find someone else that actually likes you.
A guy starts losing interest, you will be able to tell, because at the beginning they put in 100% and then you'll be able to tell the second that they drop it down to 80%. Once you notice, they bump it back up to 85% so that you think that their effort is increasing even though they've only added in 5%. Then their effort will decrease again and it'll go down to 70, and then you'll say something and you'll be like, hey, what's going on? Like, you're being weird again. And they'll be like, I'm so sorry, like, I don't know what's going on. Here's a little bit more effort, and they'll give you 75% effort. And you'll take it. You're happy with that because you're like, okay, you seem better. But in reality, he's not putting in 100% anymore. He's just putting in that extra 5%. But you don't notice that it's only 5% because you're just happy with the fact that he has put in something. This is a cycle that keeps continuing. They bump it down to 60%, you say something, and then they bump it up to 65%. But you literally don't care at this point because you feel like that 5% that they're putting in is 100%, but it's not. To them, it's literally 5%. Eventually, it'll get down to the 20s, 10s, and you'll be like, what's going on? What's going on? You're being weird again. And then they'll bump it up to 25% until it gets all the way to 0%. To them, it's 0%, but to you, you probably think that they're still on 90. But to them, they're completely clocked out. And you'll be like, give me something, give me anything, literally give me any piece of attention in the world. And then they'll give you 5%, and you'll settle for that. What are you doing? If this person is not giving you 100%, 90% on a bad day, but 100%, what are you doing? Like, they literally go down and down and down, and then they increase. It's called the penny method. Eventually, when they're at 0%, you will literally be like, just give me anything, just give me any slither of attention right now. And they'll give you 5%, and you will think that that 5% is 100%. Just think about it, okay? Think about it.
Yeah, ladies, when you get to a point in your relationship where you realize that your man has lost interest, there are two things that you can do. The first and foremost thing is to communicate with him, because there are times where he doesn't even know he's lost interest in the relationship. There are times where he doesn't know because probably he has a lot going on in his personal life, and he would want to sort that out first. He doesn't even know, and by so doing, his actions, is making the relationship seem, like he's lost interest in you. But he's probably not lost interest. So if he's willing to sit down with you and have a communication with you and let you know that probably this is the reason why his behavior has changed, then that should tell you that he's willing to fight for you. He's willing to fight for the relationship, and he still has something for you. Now, number two, if he's not willing to have a communication with you, if he's not bothered about whether you are happy or not, if he's not concerned about you, then that should tell you that he's done with the relationship. He's lost interest in you. And at this point, what you need to do is just walk out, just cut things off with him. Yes, because you can't stay at a place where you are not wanted. You can't stay at a place where you are not loved. You can't be the only one fighting for the relationship at this point. At this point, he might even be having someone on the side. He might have started seeing someone else. So there is nothing you can do at this point. All you have to do is cut things off with him, break things off with him. Now, ladies, let's read a few comments and see what people had to say about this particular topic. Yeah, so this person is saying, we got into an argument yesterday and he didn't pursue me to fix things, and he told me after he felt good not going after me to apologize and talk. So this is a clear indication of a man that has lost interest in his woman. And the best advice I'll give to this woman is to cut things off, break things off with this man, because at this point he's not bothered about whether you are happy or not. When a man truly desires you, when a man truly wants you, he would want to make sure that anytime you guys have an argument, you guys have sorted things out. and you are fine. When a guy truly loves you, he will pursue you. He would pursue you seriously. When you people have an issue, he will be bothered. He will be calling you to check up on you to see whether you are fine. So if it's gotten to the extent where he's not bothered about you and he doesn't care whether you are happy or not, whether you are hurt or not, then he doesn't want you anymore. Just cut him off. He's not worth it. Now, the second one is saying communication with each other, losing interest. Communicate with each other. Losing interest can be a temporary thing. Love lasts a long time. If you really love each other, then put forth the effort. Exactly. So like I was saying, the first step is to communicate with him. Let him know what is happening. If he tells you, if he's willing to communicate and talk things out with you and iron things out with you, explain the reason for his behavior, then it means you guys have a chance. Then it means he wants you. Then it means he wants the relationship. So yes, communication is very, very, very vital. If he's willing to communicate, why not? Yes, so this person is saying he's telling me he's losing interest already. I don't know what to do to make it better. There is nothing you can do to make it better. If he has confidently told you he's losing interest, then he's lost interest. At this point, he is seeing someone else. His attention is somewhere else. He's giving someone else his attention and he doesn't want you no more. And that's fine. Just walk away, cut things off. You definitely find someone that will be worth your time. Yeah, so this one is saying, I miss the days where my BF was crazy over me. He has lost interest. Yeah, so there's a clear indication of someone that, knows how things were like when they first started the whole relationship. And she knows where things are now, how his behavior is now. So she can be able to tell that the guy has lost interest. He doesn't have to say it out, but she can tell through his actions, And at this point, I would advise that she walks out, I would advise she walks out. Maybe she can sit down and talk to him. They'll have a communication, they'll have a talk. If he's willing to iron things out, fine. But if not, I would advise she walks out of the relationship. Now, the last one, then we wrap it up, is this lady saying, I'm in this situation, what do I do? I love him and I want only him, but this is just a cycle and it's hurting my soul. It's a cycle, it's hurting your soul. So this should tell you that you need to walk out. Of course, at times, we know what is going on. We know that these people are hurting us. We know that our significant others are actually hurting us. They are not good for us. We have overstayed our welcome in the relationship with them, and then we need to break things off with them. But then, at times it's difficult. We feel that would I meet someone else out there? At times we want to comfort ourselves with the saying that the devil you know is better than the angel you don't know. But no, not in situations like this. That's when you want to spend the rest of your life with this person. This person is obviously not good for you. You have to cut things off. You have to let them go. They are not worth it. Trust me, when you cut things off with them, trust me, with time you will meet someone that will be worth your time. And you one day look back and you thank God for letting this toxic person go. So it's going to be difficult. Nobody is saying it's going to be easy. Guys, let me know what you think in the comment section. Are you going through a situation like this? Have you ever been in a situation like this? Let me know what you think in the comment section. Kindly like, kindly share, kindly subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.